Well, greetings. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the goings on of last night and this morning. I guess this started yesterday. I checked my bank balance. Said I had $500 in there with some change, and so then I went and bought gas. I spent $75 on gas, and that was that. I thought I should have had about 900 in the bank, but I wasn't sure. And but they said they had 500, and okay. And next thing happened, I woke up about 2 in the morning, and my phone had an alert on it. So I looked, and I had a text message from fraud control at the bank. They said, we found what we think is a fraudulent entry on your bank for $39. If this is you, hit the green. If this is not you, hit the red. If you hit the red, then we'll cancel your card and we'll cancel this transaction, and you'll have to call your bank in the morning. I thought about it. A $39 transaction. I hadn't made anything like that, so I hit the red, and I immediately got an email saying your card is now void, your debit card. All right, so I tried to call the number on the back of the card, which is what they say to do, and was told that call back during business hours. They're not open in the middle of the night. Okay. So that was that. And this morning I was at the bank when they opened at 9, and went in and told the girl there. She was pretty helpful. We wrestled through it. She called her supervisor, and her supervisor says, well, you got to call fraud and start a fraudulent claim. And so the girl there, she says, well, I'll do that for you. And so she called fraud, and she got somebody who wouldn't speak English, and she couldn't understand a word the guy said. I'd been there, done that. And in the middle of the night when I called, I got somebody that English was their second language. Well, she got somebody like that, and she says, I'm sorry, I couldn't understand the guy. I don't know what he was saying. And she said, but here's the number. Goes directly to fraud. And call this and start a fraud claim, and they should put the money back in your account. See, because I have a run starting in 15 minutes here. I'm just sitting here waiting for them to load up. Going to Ulysses, so, and I've only got about $100 in my pocket, and that's not enough to buy fuel for this whole trip. This is going to be a 600 plus mile trip. So I needed some money, and so I went out in the van, parked outside by the bank. This has taken over an hour. It's after 10 o'clock now. And I went outside and called the number that I got for fraud. And it turns out it gives you the same place as the number on the back of the card. And you have to do all the same, enter your card number and enter your, and all this stuff. And so I did all that and explained that I needed fraud. And so I was put on hold, and eventually fraud came through. And while all this was happening, and while I was standing up there at the counter inside before I went outside to call, we went from 2 fraudulent Amazon orders to 5 orders, totaling over $700. And they just kept coming in. Somebody was using my information to order. And it's one thing that was very strange about it was everything they ordered was like speakers and microphones and fancy speakers. And I explained to the girl, I said, I'm deaf. I'm not going to be buying speakers. Anything I listen to has to come through my cochlear implant. I'm not going to buy speakers. That's absurd. It's obviously not me. I'm deaf without my cochlear implant, and all sound comes to me through my CI. And so she agreed, and she called, and so we got it. What she did was actually she got onto Amazon, and she was able to cancel one of the orders, but all the rest of them were already in preparing for shipment. And once they're preparing for shipment, you can't cancel the order. So, but they hadn't received their money yet. They were all pending. So that meant the bank had not paid Amazon yet for these orders, these speakers. And, okay, so I got a hold of Fraud, and Fraud says, okay, after a long hold, we've filed your claim. And I said, well, how can I get some money? I've got a trip coming up this afternoon. I need some cash. And they said, well, go to the bank. You can't use your card. Your card's dead, but you can go to the bank and get cash. So I went back in, and I did the app on my phone that shows me how much is in my account, and it showed I was overdrawn by, $222 or something. And showed it to the girl, and she said, well, just log out and log back in. So I did that. I logged out and logged back in. Bang! I had $940 in the bank. So I was able to get cash. I have no working card. My new card will have a new number, and I'll have to change all my different things, my Amazon and all that. But yeah, that took some doing. That took some patience, and it took some hard work on the part of the girl behind the counter at the bank. But all's good that ends good, I guess. That has been my morning. Now I was hoping to get a nap in this morning, but I guess that ain't gonna happen. They're loading as I speak. And we're headed over for Ulysses for I come home Saturday night. So, that is me today. A little bit tired to start a trip, but I've got a full coffee here and a full iced tea and some popcorn smart food and a chunk of cheese. And we'll call that good. I was going to type out a thing that I've got going in my head about the rearing of pigs, but what I ended up doing was just posting the old one that I already did, which ends up saying to be continued. I was going to continue it, but I'm not going to. I don't have time now, so as you hear, they're getting ready to get going. Hopefully I'll have time this week to do up that pig thing that I have running around in my head. Alright, I like your comments. I wish I had more. Please comment on my videos. Thank you for liking them. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. There's 670 of you now subscribed. That's a good thing, I guess. I guess the next post will be from Pennsylvania or maybe New York. All right. God bless.